3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this Wednesday installment of We Talk, and on Wednesdays we dine. Please stay tuned for our interview as we talk tap a meal. That means you can get your favorite meal delivered right to your doorstep with a touch of a button on your cell phone. So do stay tuned. Heading over to our website for some news. The City of Windhoek once again resumed with their municipal service audit, which was piloted in Simbabasi and Klein Windhoek in March and April this year. The audit has now been extended to Rocky Crest and started on Monday. Other areas that has already been audited include Hakahana and Khomasdal. The audit aims to verify that information contained in the city's municipal billing system corresponds with the actual services rendered. To carry out the audit exercise, municipal officials need to have access to all properties in Windhoek as stipulated in the Local Authority Act. The audit will be carried out on weekdays during business hours from 7:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. City of Windhoek municipal officials doing the audit will be identifiable by navy blue t-shirts branded with the City of Windhoek logo. The officials will also display their City of Windhoek employee cards. Project Never Walk Alone, led by Timmy Kanju, announced the distribution of the second batch of 1,300 pairs of shoes to the needy in the Omaheke region this week. The project is aimed at alleviating the suffering of disadvantaged youngsters. In the Hartap region, the first recipients were multi-year school children who received 658 school shoes, while recipients at Kalkrand received 348 pairs of shoes in the second batch. Speaking at a media conference earlier this week, Ikanju said, "We are proud of the progress we have made in such a short space of time. Our statistics currently indicate that over 56,000 children are barefoot. This excludes Oshana and Komas, who have not yet submitted their figures." 28 Windhoek women recently successfully completed a 3-month sewing course at the City of Windhoek. The training was provided by Lloyde Muku from the Koryangap area. Muku was identified to lead the training and inspire the participants because apart from being an excellent tailor, she is also a gender-based violence survivor. The City of Windhoek Social Welfare section helps to address the needs of vulnerable groups amongst residents and works to develop the potential of individuals, families and communities. The interventions aim to empower vulnerable people with various skills so that they can become independent and self-reliant. It is also part of the city's impact mitigation strategy for gender-based violence, HIV/AIDS, and poverty. According to Cecilia Maruta, the section head of social welfare at the City of Windhoek, the project has the potential to address poverty and unemployment among women. However, a lack of resources, for example sewing machines and electricity at homes, hamper the continued progress of the beneficiaries. She says that after the training course, the City of Windhoek follows up by doing assessments to identify the challenges experienced by the beneficiaries and tries to address them accordingly. The sewing training course started in 2006 with funding from the USAID, who procured sewing machines and other startup material. Since then, the City of Windhoek has been running the program. Participants are identified and registered through the various Windhoek constituency offices. Following government's policy directive that all SIM cards in Namibia must be registered, the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology said that after consultations with the Communication Regulatory Authority of Namibia, the Director General of the Namibia Central Intelligence Service, and all providers, regulations setting out the framework for SIM card registration were public in the Government Gazette of 15 March this year. However, the regulations are yet to be operationalized. According to the MICT Executive Director, these regulations make provision for the manner in which information should be stored and shared with relevant authorities in case of criminal investigations. It enables operators to compel existing and potential customers to register with them, a practice that is currently not regulated and that makes it difficult for law enforcement agencies in their criminal investigation. Subsequently, CRAN drafted additional conditions on SIM card registration and held a stakeholder consultative meeting on the 19th of October to receive input. It was said that the request of stored SIM card information will be done with due regard to the provisions of these regulations, which involve the issuance of an order by a judge or magistrate to authorize the obtaining of information from a service provider. This is done to safeguard a customer's privacy. And then finally, when the third COVID wave hit Namibia, the request for assistance was also heard by Support Ulm in Germany and Professor Dr. Heinz Meyer, who heads up the non-governmental organization, immediately started to mobilize sponsors to participate in a relief project for Namibia. The donation that came about thanks to the project includes almost 900,000 medical masks and 2,000 surgical gowns, among various other items. In total, the donation is worth more than 26 million Namibian dollars. The managing director of Ohorongo Cement handed over the donation to the health minister, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, on Monday. It was said that it is a great pleasure for the Ohorongo Utavi Community Trust, in collaboration with Support to again be of assistance to the ministry, adding that since the establishment of the OOCT in 2009, and as a result of a technical cooperation agreement between the companies and the health ministry, supplies and equipment of more than 27 million Namibian dollars was already donated to various hospitals and clinics, excluding the latest donation. Shangula expressed his gratitude and happiness that the donation supports the government efforts in the fight against COVID-19 and that it capacitates public health services to continue providing health services to the nation. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm joined by Estelle from Tappermeal. Estelle, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Yolanda.
Quickly tell us, how did Tappermeal start?
Tappermeal started last year in March when the lockdown happened. It was the opportune time for Tappermeal to start out. We were still busy building the app and perfecting the app, but when lockdown happened, we went live. If you look at Uber, they are the largest taxi service in the world, and yet they don't own a single taxi. So that's basically where Tap a Meal comes from, connecting users to restaurants.
And why was it so important at that point to have a service like this in Windhoek?
At that time, everything was locked down. All the restaurants were closed, and it was good for people to, a lot of people like going out and eating at restaurants. So yes, at the time it was the best time for us to start, because a lot of people could sit in the comfort of their homes and have their favorite meal delivered to them.
But this was also a saving grace for so many restaurants.
Yes,
to keep their doors open.
Yes, it was, definitely was. A lot of restaurants relied on Tap a Meal. I remember I would get calls from restaurants, and when on more quiet days, and they would ask, is something wrong? Are they open on our app? Why are they not getting orders? So they were definitely relying on those orders.
How has the business grown in the last 18 months?
Exponentially, it has grown a lot. We actually have 10,000 users, close to 10,000 users, and we have I think also close to 25,000 orders was already placed on the Tap a Meal app. We also went from 1 employee to more than 20 employees, and we are still looking for drivers to keep up with the demand. So yes, we have grown tremendously.
Are you currently only operating in Windhoek?
Yes, currently we are only operating in Windhoek, but we are expanding to other towns. We want to expand to all regions of Windhoek, and not just Namibia. We want to expand to other countries as well. We want to take Tap a Meal to the next level.
How would that work in terms of expanding to other countries?
Currently, as we are operating in Windhoek, we are perfecting our app. So we are adapting. It's a learning process for us. So we will definitely have to adapt once we move to other countries. Yeah. So there will have to be a lot of, it differs. So as we will move to other towns as well, we will have to adapt and see.
And it's important to know, you know what, Windhoek or the whole of Namibia, at the end of the day, you can still have your favorite meal delivered to your door. Yes. Without you having to put a foot outside.
Yes, absolutely.
What is your other plans for the future of this business?
We are very excited about our future. There is a lot of new features coming. I won't give much detail for now, but if you, there's definitely a lot coming. We are gonna connect the users more with the restaurants. We're gonna give them more options. So we are excited about the future, and I think everyone should download the app to stay in touch or to keep up with all the new features.
At the end of the day, I think COVID taught us as Namibians that we should start relying on technological measures a little bit more.
Yes.
Knowing that, you know what, if you use your cell phone, you can still enjoy your meal without having to physically go to a restaurant. Has there been users struggling to use the platform?
Yes, there is users. We get daily calls of users struggling to register, but most of the cases they are already registered on the app. You can you are registered with your email address and with your cell phone number, and some of them registered I think last year already, and then they deleted the app, so they downloaded it again.
Yeah.
And then they try to register again with the same number and same number and email address. Yes. And as a result, the system doesn't allow them to register. It tells them that they already have an account. So Most of the time they just have to do the forgot password,
Yeah.
and then just create a new password and log in again. It's actually very simple to use.
I've used the app for some time now, and
Yes.
it's really user friendly. And I
Yes.
think for Namibians especially, because we don't really rely on our cell phones, the older generation doesn't rely on their
Yes.
cell phones, and having an app that is really basic
Yes.
to use, it makes it a lot easier.
Yes, it does.
Right.
Yeah.
Estelle, thank you so much, and good luck with everything you have planned.
Thank you very much. And I would just like to encourage Namibians to download the Tapamil app. The Tapamil app, it will definitely, their support will help us to improve the app. And at the end of the day, the app is for the users.
Yeah.
So we are constantly looking at ways to perfect it.
But also, you're also employing Namibians and
Yes.
Yes. Creating jobs, which is also important.
Yes, Tapamil is a Namibian build. It was developed in Namibian for the Namibian people.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Strike it gold and win 5,000 Namibian dollars in cash with Neo Paints. Simply buy Neo Paints products from the selected range and stand a chance to get one of 12 mystery buckets filled with gold paint. All 12 winners will each get 3 extra paint buckets equal to their purchase. One to replace the gold paint, the second to use on your project, and the third to give to a charity of their choice. One winner can score another 10,000 Namibian dollars by showing us your creative use of the golden paint. The best project wins the cash. Offer is valid from 27 September to 18 December at your favorite hardware store nationwide. Visit us at neopaints.com for more competition details and follow us on Facebook for weekly competition updates. Neo Paints, a coat of excellence.
And for today's life hack, before visiting a new site online, type in Google Safe Browsing with the website to see a 90-day history of malware attempts on its visitors. And next up, Jeanette Diergaard for your Flex Minute.
Hi everybody and welcome back to Flex. I'm Jeanette, your presenter for Flex. Now today we are going to do a very basic core movement, that is the bicycle crunch, okay? Now I just love a good bicycle crunch because it works on your oblique muscles, it works on all your ab muscles, but you have to twist with this one, okay? So you really want to twist it while you bring it in, stretch out those legs, be focused on what you're doing. Focus on your abs, feel them burn. You don't necessarily have to do this fast, you can also do it slow, okay? So focus where you're placing that leg, flex it if you want to, or point your toe. And after that one, we are gonna do some leg pulses. So you're gonna keep this up, 1, 2, 3, pulse it, 1, 2, 3, okay? So literally moving while you're doing this. So you pulse those leg, you pulse your leg, and you do a deep crunch. Feel it, you'll feel it in your oblique muscles as well. That's what we want. We want to work every part of our abs. I will see you guys next time. For the meantime, keep that ab muscles tight, squeeze it in while you're doing anything today. I'll see you guys next time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our show. I hope you had fun. Please join us again tomorrow where we will be talking to Sven Erik of O Shift Dance Studio. Don't miss it.